He's Marshall Faulk, Hall of Famer from the NFL Network, and he joins us on the Dan Patrick Show. How are you, Marshall?
I'm good. Good morning, you Dan, and the Danettes.
I was curious about this with replay, that now we're going to look at turnovers. The way we did touchdowns, every turnover is reviewed upstairs. Your thoughts on where replay is headed going into next season?
I like it. I like it because I think it's a crucial play. You know, that's crucial. A replay. I mean, a turnover is just like touchdowns. Take the time, find out if it's correct, because it really does change the momentum, and it really can dictate the outcome of a game.
I like that we take it from the official on the field, the referee on the field, take it out from underneath the hood there, send it upstairs, and then make sure you get it right. If it's turnovers and touchdowns, I'm fine with that. I just worry that we never stop. We always add more, and that would be my big concern with this.
Yeah, no, I can see what you're talking about. That makes sense. But I mean, you have to get it right. I think if you know how baseball has done it in the playoffs, and when baseball make a change, if replay got into baseball, I mean, crucial plays in football, turnovers, touchdowns, game-changing or deciding plays, you have to check it out. You have to see.
You're a New Orleans native, and you're looking at what the Saints are trying to do here. Why Bill Parcells? Are you sold on that, or why not Bill Parcells?
Okay. Why Bill Parcells? I'd say this. Sean Payton knows that if Bill might only do it for 1 year.
Yeah.
We know Bill's not going to want to stay.
Yeah.
Even if Tom Benson decides, I really like Bill Parcells, there's no way of talking him into keeping that job.
I'm just not. I don't get it. I understand it's Parcells, and you got this legendary figure, but what does he add to this team on a day-to-day basis? Is he going to be all in at age 71? Is he going to let the other coaches do their jobs? I have more questions than answers here.
Yeah, I believe for Sean, Parcells has always been a sounding board, a real mentor to Sean. So Sean understands that Parcells, the direction of his team, Parcells can keep that team on the direction in which Sean has led this group, because there's no doubt each year, throughout the year of the football season and the off season, he's talking to Parcells about different things. How would you handle this, Bill? How would you do that? Because he really respects Bill Parcells and loves how Bill conducted his teams. Not how he really dealt with the media, but how he conducted and handled and constructed his teams.
I saw this story, too, with Jim Schwartz, the Lions head coach. He said that he offered rewards for big defensive plays, but no money. He would give you things like boxing gloves and a baseball bat, like stickers on a helmet at Ohio State when they give you a Buckeye. You gotta. I know we're dealing with semantics here, but you're still rewarding people for big hits. You're not saying I'm going to give you money for taking somebody out. What do you think of this story?
Dan, I'm gonna be honest. In football, it was always a thing where the players on the team, the big guys on the team, hey, tackle inside the 10. You tell the punter, hey, you punt the ball inside the 5. We're going to give you this. A sack on the quarterback, multiple sacks on the quarterback. But I think the problem with this is, and I don't know the facts, if it was said this way, hey, you hurt this guy, you get this.
That never happened with any team you were on.
No, we never played the hurt this guy, because we are one big fraternity. Albeit we want to win, but at the end of the day, we're going to sit at the Pro Bowl with this guy, or we're going to sit in a union meeting with this guy, and hey, we were trying to hurt you. I mean, ending someone's career possibly, because you never know the extent of the injury. That's the hard part about it, and I just don't believe. It's hard for me to believe that was what was going on in New Orleans, because I know Sean. I've known Sean since he was a graduate assistant at San Diego State when I was there, before he moved up to coach the running backs and moved on with his career. I mean, I've known Sean for a long time.
Yeah, but Greg Williams had this in a couple of other stops here.
I'm going to say this again, and if Greg had it, I want to know how he had it. Was it what I was just talking about? Hey guys, you get the sack, you get the guy down on third down, you get this. Tackles for loss, you get this. Now that's one thing, but if we're talking about hurt a guy, that's different. And if the Saints were doing that, if it was to hurt guys, they didn't do a good job.
I know. Well, why wasn't there a bounty on Marshawn Lynch in the playoff game 2 years ago?
Or Matt Hasselbeck, they just didn't do a good job. I'm just going to say that.
Okay, this is a tough question. I know this, but I still have to ask this: how does the leader of the Saints, Drew Brees, not know that there are bounties going on if it's this public with their big defenders, where somebody's talking about dropping $10,000 on Brett Favre's head?
It's a good question. Yeah, I can't answer that.
But wouldn't you agree that it'd be hard for Drew Brees to not know?
Yes and no. It would be hard if this happened in the context of a team meeting. If it happened in the defensive meeting, then.
But you know how the locker room is, Marshall, where somebody's yelling out, what do we got there? You got $10,000 on Favre's head, man. I'm going to put up $500 on. You know how these locker rooms are. There's very little that's kept secret.
I'm with you on exactly what you're saying, how the locker room is. But if this happened in a defensive meeting room, then I don't know how he would know.
Yeah, I have to believe it's a little bit more public. Before I let you go, being a Hall of Fame running back, and we have diminished these running backs when it comes to the draft here, I still got Trent Richardson coming in, and he's supposed to be the next Adrian Peterson. But your thoughts on Trent Richardson, is he worth taking as a top 10 pick?
He is. I really like Trent. I like what he did once Mark Ingram left, with all the hype, with people wondering, is he this good? Is he that good? And I was actually surprised at the combine. I was surprised at his ability to catch the football out of the backfield, running routes. I was just not at the combine, but at his workout. I was just surprised that those were things that he was capable of. I didn't see it that much at Alabama because they don't really showcase that stuff of their running backs, but he's worthy of it. If that's what you want in a guy, because just like you said, Dan, we've you can have three running backs now and basically do what one guy did, and that's how teams want to run their teams. They want to have multiple guys going in and out of the game. That platoon system, I have no idea how that works. I don't know if I could have ever played that way, but that's how they do it now, and the position has been devalued to a sense. Yeah,
and no Tebow questions. You surprised, or did you need one?
No, I'm okay with Tebow.
Yeah?
I'm fine with Tebow, yeah.
You're Mark Sanchez, and I bring in Tebow, you're okay?
If I'm Mark Sanchez and they bring in Tebow, it means I hit one of those spells that I always hit. He's just Mark hasn't been consistent throughout the flow of games. I mean, he's went weeks at a time.
So Sanchez should blame himself for Tebow being in town.
Without a doubt, yeah. Let's hold on, wait. Actually, let's be direct.
Okay.
The pick six that Mark Sanchez threw against Denver when that they ran back for a touchdown, and in turn gave Tebow an opportunity to drive down the field with a game-winning touchdown and beat the Jets. Mark Sanchez, all this is on him.
Good to visit with you as always, Marshall. Thanks for joining us.
Take care, man.
All right, Marshall Faulk, NFL Network.